If you look at the picture on this video, Raila's shoes are so sandy, just like that one of a job seeker who should visit a shoe shiner. The latest statement by Raila is that we change our constitution such that we adapt the American system, where each state or county now has its own electoral commission, which for us, we don't have a national electoral commission. Actually, in America, they don't have. It is every state comes up with its results. But you see, that one cannot work in Kenya because in Kenya, every vote counts. Every vote counts. So we should have a national tallying center. With America, their constitution says, if you can read my earlier tape on the American constitution, it clearly says that every state, like let's say Kakamega, it is supposed to produce 7 delegates. So the electoral commission in Kakamega gives out results and say this party has won all the 7 delegates. It cannot happen in Kenya, and it will bring up more confusion. But you see, the problem here is that if you look at all the elections, the only election that Raila has accepted that it was free and fair is the 2002. The election of 2002 is the only one that he has accepted. In 1997, the opposition said it was rigged, and they said that they were going to do some protest, but he went behind their back and talked Moi into having a cooperation. As I said, 2002 is the year that he accepted because he was on the Kibaki side. 2007, with all fairness, we have to agree with what the arbitrator decided. Justice Kriegler said both sides in 2007 rigged massively. It is hard or almost impossible to declare who won and who lost in 2007. So if Raila says he won and Kibaki says he won, we go by what the South African judge said. That is 2007. 2012, the same. 2013, the same. 2017, again. But after 2017, Raila went for a handshake. A person not less than Babu Owino says that he had approached Raila and said that they should look for a way where Chebukati had to be removed. Raila said he had confidence in Chebukati because Chebukati was a former member of ODM, and Chebukati had even contested a parliamentary seat on ODM. Now let us look at the people whom there is a coincidence that most of them are Raila people before they're being elected, and then somehow, whether they are bought or whether he assumes that they will rig for him. Let us take Oswago. Oswago, the mole that used to monitor the place and brief Raila. And you see that was very bad, especially for someone who is a lawyer, member of the LSK. Look at Isaac Hassan. He was a member of ODM. Then look at Chebukati. The trick that Raila used this time around is he using his closeness to Uhuru, he made sure that the 4 commissioners were delayed so that the 4 commissioners are friendly to him. And the whole agreement here was they were reasoning that in case of any disagreement between, I don't know, they are saying that 3 commissioners were saying this, 4 commissioners were saying the other thing. So we go by the 4 commissioners. That's very bad. We don't go for any commissioner. We go by what every election, every voter has counted. It is the votes that count, not what, just like in a polling station, in the polling room, you count votes the way Azimio people are saying that some places in Central, they would close the votes and say, now, whom do you think won this election? Then they say, we think Raila lost, and then they fill in the forms. You see, if it was wrong in a polling station in Central Kenya, then it is wrong for the whole country. And the Constitution says, you see, this is a problem with Raila. Just before elections, he relies on cooked up figures which makes him believe that he's winning. And then he himself sets up conditions that will politically kill the number two, not knowing that it is just like what some people say: if you make a law, assume that the ruler of the country is your worst political enemy and that you are going to be condemned by the same law. Now, when elections are about to be held, he thinks that he will win, and he places a lot of benefits on the winner. He places a lot of benefits on the winner. And then when he loses, that is when he rushes around and says, we should have a constitution where number two is, why doesn't he do that before the elections? Coincidentally, this time, the train has left. And you know, when the train has left and you discover it's going in the wrong direction, even if you run fast in the back toward the right direction, you'll still move. There is no way that the electoral commission will be changed. But then again, we are fighting over wind, because this is not an IPPG. I hear some people close to Raila wanted an IPPG. IPPG was very clear that this party bring one commissioner, this party bring one commissioner. But what people are fighting over is the selection committee. When the selection committee comes, that is when they invite applicants. Of course, if you decide on how the selection committee is chosen, then you have a psychological head start over your enemy. You'll find that now those whose formula did not work, they will go into the next election slighted, and even their followers. But in reality is that the select committee has the final say. Thank you.